video number 3 out of 4 videos that we're doing today. That is crazy huge for Captain Morgan. I don't usually do 4 videos in a day, but if you haven't seen the other videos, we have reached 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. I don't really care that much, but it is an occasion. I have been doing this channel for over a year, maybe a year and a half almost now. A year and a couple months. So I thought, let's do something a little bit different. And we're continuing down this path. This is video number 3. And we are going to be, again, listening to a band that's not popular as far as like the suggestions. And as I said in the past video when we listened to Native Construct, if you want to listen to that, up here I'll put a card for Native Construct. That's another band that hasn't been requested by a lot of people. But just like this song, if you're persistent and consistent, I'm more likely to get to it, especially if you give me a link. Links so I can just download it quickly and I don't make a mistake and pick the wrong one that I've done a couple of times before will make it much, much easier. But don't get angry. There are a lot of these songs coming in, these requests coming in for bands that I've never heard of before. And today is no exception, but this person has been literally on my butt every video, I don't know, for a month and a half or 2. So it's your time to shine. This is your chance. Is it going to make it or break it? We're going to find out. This is Thank You Scientist, Mr. Invisible live. I always like live. Live is better as long as it doesn't get blocked. Getting blocked, like I said, I already have 1 strike. So hopefully we're not getting more strikes with these, okay? So let's find out if this band can be a band that Captain Morgan is digging. Are you ready? Let's go. Is this Neo Oblivious Icarus? Oh, is this funky? Dude, I'm already digging it. Sounds like a Tower of Power feel. Oh, the singer's dancing a little bit. Dude, like that. Bass player's kicking it. Nice. Dude, I'm digging this fucking... Okay, singer. Could be the weakest part of the band. Yeah, everybody else is fucking rolling. Drummer laying it down in the groove. Yeah. As a drummer, this is my favorite style to play drums to. You can just fucking roll, do some tasty fills, but lay in the pocket. Nice. Like that? Bass player rolling. Oh, I love that. Whoa. I love how he's looking at the drummer, because the drummer and bass have to lay it down together. almost like the singer's trying to do like a Jamiroquai kind of feel, but he's not as good. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Did I just hear some double bass? Or was that his toms? Yep, double bass. Half. See? Going to half. Yep. Ooh. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you. Ooh, I like how he went back down. I don't know. Okay, kind of goes into a prog feel. Sounds like a Dream Theater song. Dream Theater uses this kind of chord thing a lot. Not a lot, but enough to be like, I've heard them do that before. Oh, back into a little funky. I like that little piece of prog feel that they threw in there. Dun, 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 dun. Nice cymbal chokes. There we go, double little struts. I call them struts because it makes you kind of like break it down, boys. Nice follow. I'm down for this. I like how they add those subtle prog, like, etude is what John Petrucci calls them. I like those prog etudes that they throw in there. 1, 2, Yep, go back to home base. Here's home base. Ooh, I like how he stuttered that. Do it again. Oh, I didn't do it again. Halftime. Yeah, see, this is like a goes out of the funk into the proggy. Nice. Dude, I'm loving this funk and prog mix. Fucking brilliant. His voice is good as far as intonation and pitch, but it's just whiny and girly. Nice. Dig it, dig it. this is Trey with another... Just kidding. If you guys don't know Trey's freaking awesome. Go watch his reaction channel. I'll link it up here for you. Yeah, this is Trey with another reaction. Anyway, this is the best kind of music to play drums to, which is what you just saw in the clip. This is the band I played in. We're not playing right now because we lost our singer because he moved to Singapore. But this is the band that I played in. Our style was funk and soul, and so I'm telling you, as a drummer, it's just awesome to lay it down with the bass player, which in this freaking song, I think it just caught me, off guard because I was expecting it to be another prog or metal or some sort of music like that. But this was like a beautiful, beautiful coming together of some prog elements, but mostly funk and soul. And I'm totally impressed with this group. Totally. As I said in the reaction, the singer is probably the weakest part, but it's not like he's bad or anything where it's kind of like hard to listen to. It's just he's the weakest part of the band for sure, in my opinion. But as far as the musicality, everybody is really good at their instruments, obviously. I would like to hear more of the violin come through. I mean, I know it was there and you could hear it, but it would be nice if it was like a little more prominent in the mix. But it's hard when you got horns. That's one of the hardest things about playing funk music. Is horns are awesome, but horns are fucking loud, and they can take over a situation, and kind of need to in this style of music. But this was, everything was tight, everything was good. It had a home base that it came back to, that chorus part. I love how it's subdivided into like half, and then would go back to the normal time. I'm very, very impressed with this group. Now, saying that, okay? Being a person who mostly plays funk and soul, if I play in a band at all, the one thing that's, I would say, the only downfall I can think of to funk and soul music is a lot of it kind of sounds very similar. It's like, there's a group called Wolfpack that is kind of a newer band that I've heard or been told to me by a friend that I can hear on Instagram and stuff like that. I haven't bought their albums yet or anything. They're a perfect example of what I'm saying. Like every song I hear by them that's on Instagram anyway is kind of like, it's just the same thing like over and over and over again. So it can get kind of monotonous with funk and soul, but that's why this band is so impressive to me, because they added that progressive element to it where, as John Petrucci says, has a nice, let's add this etude, which is kind of like a end bar. It's kind of like an ending that kind of makes it a little bit different than like the normal ending. And they did that a lot. A lot of those at the end of their like sections, they would do a lot of these like to like get a different feel to go into the next transition section. So I think this could be very, very groundbreaking and exciting because it's blending two mixes that I have not really heard anybody blend before. Like a prog kind of running sort of guitar, the bass and the guitar were doing some runs together, and then like just laying down the funk and soul straight. That's a great kind of transition and element to have together. I'm definitely interested in hearing more of this band. So thank you, scientists. You guys need to give me more of this if this is what their sound is. Give me more of the stuff. Now, I'd be interested in the comments. Let me know, are they completely different than this? And this is just like a one-off song where they're doing funk? I'm guessing not. But anyway, one of my favorite things about the video, and I said it in the video, is when the bass player is like looking at the drummer. As you can see in the video that I showed you with me and my bass player playing, you got to hone in on each other. And I've always said, the sucky thing about playing drums or bass, because I started playing bass when I was in high school, is the bass player and the drummer are the most important part of a band, especially in funk and soul, but I think in all bands, because they are the rhythm section. They have to lay it down, it has to be solid, it has to be tight. Yet, the bass player and the drummer get the least amount of chicks. The guitar player, singer, usually gets most of the chicks, especially the hot ones. And like the bass player and the drummer usually get the leftovers if they get anything. That's a tragedy. It's a travesty, people. We got to change this stereotype. We got to change this, whole bullshit about that. Drummers and bass need their vagina too. All right, so as always, like and subscribe. Definitely want to hear more of this band. Peace.